This is Hannibal here from the HannibalTV.com, the number one villain in all of professional wrestling. Apparently, that's a fact. And this is my weekly review of Dave Meltzer's Wrestling Observer newsletter. So I'll get right into it. The domestic violence case against Alberto Del Rio in San Antonio was thrown out on December 10th. So the charges against him were dropped. He was telling the truth. It was false. Bret Hart will be inducted into the Canadian Walk of Fame on national TV on December the 17th, 2021. The province of Ontario, where I am right now, is announced due to the spread of COVID, all indoor venues with more than 1,000 capacity will only be allowed 50% capacity. This will affect the December 29th WWE House show in Toronto. They're running a building that holds 10,000 people, which means they can have maximum 5,000 people in the venue. They're also running a 10,000 person venue in Quebec, but it's unknown if Quebec is going to put the same restrictions in place or not. Ontario apparently is also going to crack down on gyms already and lower the capacity of gyms. WWE is now doing a buy 4 tickets for the price of 3 for both nights of WrestleMania. So buy 3 tickets, get the 4th one free, in other words. AEW's Winter is Coming special in Garland, Texas, December 15th, did a 0.31 rating and 6,400 fans. NXT did a 0.14 rating this week. Raw did a 0.38 rating in front of 3,900 paid fans. Apparently, that was well below the number AEW did in the same market last month, and I believe that was St. Paul, Minnesota. Rampage did a 0.18 rating. No news on the attendance for that one. SmackDown did a 0.5 rating, and they were in LA, and they did 8,600 paid fans. In AEW news, Matt Hardy is already teasing that he's going to be reuniting with his brother, Jeff. You could only imagine that Jeff will be going there after his 90-day no-compete clause ends. James Guffrey, also known as Jimmy Rave, passed away after having both his arms and legs amputated. He passed away on December 12th, just a few days after his 39th birthday. Very sorry to hear that he suffered so much before passing away. That's a terrible story. Scott Mcgee, who I interviewed earlier this year on this channel, was hospitalized for 6 weeks in England due to COVID. He's 62 years old. Wrestler Sean Casey, who is a longtime Ohio area independent wrestler, has been disappeared for weeks. Nobody knows where he is. In MMA news, John Jones took a plea deal in Nevada where he won't be going to jail for his domestic battery charges from a September 24th incident in Las Vegas. He pleaded to a misdemeanor of destroying property. He was ordered to pay $750 in restitution and attend anger management counseling. And that's about it. It wasn't a big news day. Blaze, let me give my shout out to Blaze today. That wonderful outfit. My beautiful girlfriend. Hello to Alfred. Someone says, I have atomic heat. Well, apparently that's a bad thing in wrestling. in 2021. But luckily for me, it's actually a good thing in Great North Wrestling. And as we said, the whole situation was an accident that I'm regretful about. Jacques Rougeau didn't ever teach how to use a golden spike. Neither did the Hart brothers, where I was also trained. It's not part of regular wrestling school. So they expect people to know how to use that. And unfortunately, there was an accident involving that. And I really feel bad about it. Mark confirms I am the number one villain. Mike D wants Matt Bourne in the Hall of Fame. Christopher, what's up with you? Ace, screw Canada. Well, I'll be honest, there are some good things about Canada. And after last weekend, for one thing, Canada has its own healthcare system. And by the way, I have contributed to that fellow's bills, which I have not seen the bills. And I don't know if he had any insurance or not. But I have contributed to his bills. But Canada, there is free healthcare. And also things like that wouldn't happen in Canada. Gary says, Blood Hunter is the best heel in the business today. Black Bart, don't stop what you are doing. We are with you all the way. Mark, yes, I'm allowed in the United States. The police were there that evening. They investigated it. They talked to everyone involved. And they told me I was free to go. Steven says he doubts those WWE house shows will have anything close to those numbers anyways. Jay, where is Blaze? Well, I've already done 2 workouts today, and I'm going to go do another one right after this. So I'm trying to get into the best shape of my life these days. This whole situation only makes me want to train harder and prepare for the Great North Wrestling events that I'm planning next year. So there you go. My thoughts on the Miz comments: when someone shoves a video in your face with no backstory and you have like seconds to look at it and say a comment, it can't really be taken very seriously. Jimmy Del Rey, I don't know much about him. I don't even know if he's still alive. Mike Walker, hello to you from Texas as well. Thoughts on The Undertaker, David Rush. He's one of my all-time favorites. I did get to take some hip tosses and arm drags and give him some hip tosses and arm drags in Montreal back in January 2005. It was one of the highlights of my career, which it's always amazing to get to do stuff with people you grew up loving. Hi, Maria. Glad you appreciate the wrestling updates. Thoughts on Hulk Hogan? I haven't always liked the way he's treated superstar Billy Graham, but I don't deny he's one of the greatest ever. Oh, by the way, he is in the screenshot of this video because one of my friends from the gym, one of the gyms I go to, brought me that today. That was him and his son with Hulk Hogan at the Ottawa Civic Center here in Ottawa, Ontario, and I've wrestled in that venue back in 1988 when Hulk Hogan wrestled the Big Boss Man here. And I think Hulk Hogan only appeared here maybe 4 times for WWF. Once in 86, apparently, against Macho Man. That time in 88 against Hogan. 91 against Earthquake. I was there for that one, and it was packed. And in 2002, he was part of a SmackDown taping. And he actually got color in that taping. Bob says accidents happen. Yes. And the other thing that people don't take into account, if everybody was so concerned, and again, nobody told me in the ring that there was anything going on out of the ordinary. That person was supposed to be bleeding, and it's my understanding from the video he did get some of his own blood. I don't deny that an accident happened where more blood occurred, but I wasn't told, hey, you're stiffing me, hey, stop. So say what you want. Nobody said that, and everyone on the outside is just standing around. Blaze coming in after to pull me off, 135-pound Blaze. Do you really think if I was actually a psychopath that 135-pound Blaze could pull me off if I was going nuts? I don't think so. And then everybody on the outside just did the spot that was planned after. They didn't actually say, hey, no, go to the back, let us attend to him. They did the exact spot on the outside where the one guy was thrown into the guardrails and had the belt smashed on him and everyone scattered. Like was supposed to happen. Nobody put up an X and said, hey, there's a real injury here. Go to the back. None of that happened. So say what you want. And for the company itself, that's only run, by the way, people keep calling it a circuit. They've run 2 events in the last 2.5 years. And I quit before they ever made an announcement. And they're probably mad. I'm not saying first of all, they were well aware of the angle that was going to happen. That was an approved angle. They put that match on before intermission because they changed the canvas. After that match, that white mat was specifically there to get blood on it. Then they were going to have intermission and change the mat. So for the owner acting like he had no idea what was going to happen, he was well aware of the angle, and I have messages proving that. So accidents happen, and it's a regretful and unfortunate situation, and I feel terrible about it. MRF, thanks for the tip. And he says, thanks for the great interviews, and the wrestling on my channel is far better than WWE. Appreciate it. Mark, one thing I learned from the weekend, I don't really want to wrestle or do anything other than for myself. Because look at all the effort, and you fans know this. And by the way, I'm on good terms with the SWE people, even though they're done with SWE. I'm back on good terms with them because they felt bad over what happened and they regretted what happened in the end. But you fans that watch me, look at all the effort I put into World Class, promoting them since June, doing basically volunteer work, plugging their events, working on their YouTube channel, working on their social media. Then they get heat and they just throw me under the bus. So I totally believe I should just work for myself and not waste my time promoting other companies. If people want to send me footage to put on this channel, that's a different story, but I'm not going to put any great effort into promoting other companies ever again because there's no point. Why not just do my own thing? Because that's what I enjoy doing. And there you go. Someone else gave me a tip, and then I got to go back to the gym. Maria Davis says, great update. Steve, I've spoken to the ref many times. I've given him money towards his medical bills, and I will probably give him more when I get paid next. I've already spoken to him about it. And he accepted my apology the night that it happened. And I believe he realizes that he knows it was not intentional. People can say what they want. If you look at the spike, there was a huge part of the spike out of the top of my hand. I did not realize there was a bit of the spike sticking out. I thought I was hitting him with the fatty part of my hand, and he was bleeding from his own cuts. I wear glasses, and I had a mask on with mesh over the eyes. I'm not seeing any new cuts, and nobody told me. He didn't say anything, and the people on the outside didn't say anything. And nobody told Blaze, by the way, to go into the ring sooner. And there was also supposed to be referees in there sooner pulling me off, but the referees were on the outside doing nothing. So people can say what they want. It was an accident, and I'm sorry about it. And trust me, I wish I'd never, ever had any association with that company. And I regret anything being associated with them. I certainly regret going last weekend and that whole situation, because it just became a nightmare. And that was my whole association with world class was not profitable. And this last weekend sure as hell was not profitable either. So in the end, it was just a waste of my time. So have a great night. I'm going back to the gym to continue getting myself into good shape and to burn off some steam. So have a great weekend, everyone. Interviewing Henry Godwin later tonight.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates.